Thierry Henry, how a Frenchman became the king of North London. They called him arrogant, too flashy, too unpredictable. But when Thierry Henry touched the ball, the whole stadium held its breath. He wasn't just a striker, he was a showman with the precision of a sniper and the flair of an artist. North London had seen legends, but none like him. He didn't just score goals, he rewrote the definition of greatness. And somehow, a kid from the suburbs of Paris became a royal figure at Arsenal, the king of North London. So how did this French winger, once doubted by his own fans, become the most feared name in Premier League history? This is the story of Thierry Henry, the man, the myth, the monarch of Highbury. Humble beginnings in France, Thierry Daniel Henry was born on August 17, 1977, in Les Ulis, a rough suburb just outside Paris. His parents were immigrants from Guadeloupe and Martinique. Life was tough, but so was Thierry. From a young age, football wasn't just a hobby, it was his way out. Spotted by scouts at just 13, he joined the famed Clairefontaine Academy, France's elite training ground for future stars. Coaches immediately noticed his speed, ball control, and eye for goal. But even at that age, Henry had something different: swagger. He wasn't just trying to play football, he was trying to redefine it. After a few years at the academy, he signed for AS Monaco under manager Arsène Wenger. Henry's early years at Monaco weren't explosive, but they were a sign of things to come. He helped them win League One in 1997 and caught the eye of Europe's biggest clubs. But before he could conquer England, he had to struggle in Italy first, the Juventus misstep. In January 1999, Henry moved to Juventus. It seemed like a dream move, one of the biggest clubs in Europe. But reality hit hard. Juve played him out of position, often on the wing, and the tactical rigidity of Italian football suffocated his creativity. In 16 appearances, he scored just 3 goals. Fans doubted him. Critics labeled him a failed wonder kid. But one man still believed: Arsène Wenger. Now managing Arsenal, Wenger had watched Henry struggle in Italy. But he also knew Henry's potential hadn't disappeared. It just needed the right system. So he made a call. By summer 1999, Arsenal had signed Henry for £11 million. The Premier League had no idea what was about to hit it. Adapting to England, Henry's first games in the Premier League were underwhelming. He failed to score in his first 8 appearances. Fans questioned the price tag. The English media, always ready with criticism, began circling. But behind the scenes, Wenger was molding him. Henry had been a winger most of his life. Wenger wanted him to become a central striker. That transition wasn't easy, but when it clicked, it really clicked. He scored his first goal against Southampton in spectacular fashion, curling one into the top corner. It was the beginning of something special. Henry soon became a different kind of forward. He didn't just poach goals, he created them, beat defenders with pace, and brought a creative flair to Arsenal's attack that England hadn't seen before. By the end of his first season, he had 26 goals in all competitions. The king was beginning to rise to royalty. From 2001 to 2006, Thierry Henry wasn't just the best striker in England, he was arguably the best in the world. He won the Golden Boot 4 times in 5 seasons. But more than that, he defined Arsenal's identity. With players like Dennis Bergkamp, Robert Pires, and Patrick Vieira, Henry became the centerpiece of an attacking system that was fast, fluid, and frightening. Then came the Invincibles. In the 2003-04 season, Arsenal went the entire league season unbeaten, 38 games, 0 losses. Henry scored 30 league goals that season. He wasn't just scoring, he was leading, inspiring, and executing brilliance every week. Fans watched him glide past defenders like they weren't there. He'd cut in from the left, curl one into the far post. It became his trademark. Even rival fans respected him. He made Arsenal fans believe in magic. Every game at Highbury felt like theater, and Henry was always the lead actor. He became Arsenal's all-time top scorer with 228 goals. But his legacy wasn't just numbers. It was moments. The backheel goal against Charlton, the solo run from his own half against Spurs, that outrageous flick and volley against Manchester United. Each goal added another jewel to his crown. Beyond Arsenal, in 2007, Henry left Arsenal for Barcelona. The decision was bittersweet, but he felt it was time to chase European glory. At Barcelona, he joined forces with Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta. Though he wasn't the star there, he played a key role in the club's historic treble in 2009. Henry finally lifted the Champions League trophy. Mission accomplished. Later, he moved to the New York Red Bulls and even had a short loan return to Arsenal in 2012, where fittingly, he scored in his comeback match. But no matter where he played, fans always saw him as Arsenal's king. Legacy of the king. So what made Henry different? He wasn't just fast, he was graceful. He didn't just score, he created poetry in motion. And he didn't just play for Arsenal, he embodied it. For a generation of fans, Thierry Henry was the reason they fell in love with football. He made kids want to wear the number 14 shirt. He made defenders afraid to close down the left side. Off the pitch, he's become a respected pundit, a mentor, and a voice of reason in the football world. His influence continues long after his final match. When Arsenal moved from Highbury to the Emirates Stadium, they built a statue of him outside the new ground. It wasn't just a tribute, it was recognition of royalty. From the streets of Paris to the hearts of North London, Thierry Henry didn't just become a footballer, he became a legend. Henry versus rivals. Moments that defined his greatness. Thierry Henry didn't just score goals, he delivered when it mattered most, especially in the biggest rivalries. Against Tottenham, he became a nightmare. His solo goal in 2002, where he sprinted from his own half and calmly finished, is one of the most iconic North London derby moments ever. That goal and the celebration in front of the Spurs fans sealed his place as the king of that rivalry. Against Manchester United, Henry brought elegance and power. His audacious flick and volley goal against Barthez is still one of the most technically brilliant goals in Premier League history. Even against the toughest defenses, he found space, found time, and found the net. His performance against Liverpool in 2004 was pure class. With Arsenal's unbeaten record under threat, Henry scored a second-half hat-trick and kept the Invincibles' dream alive. He didn't just rise under pressure, he owned it. And on the European stage, he stunned Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, scoring a solo goal that silenced the Spanish crowd. That night, he wasn't just Arsenal's star, he was Europe's elite. Whether it was England's fiercest derbies or Europe's grandest stages, Henry's greatness shone brightest under pressure. Conclusion plus call to action. Thierry Henry's journey wasn't just about goals, it was about transformation, of himself, of a club, and of what football could look like. He came to England as a struggling winger from Juventus. He left as the greatest player in Arsenal's history. He wasn't born in North London, but he became its king. Every time a fan wears the number 14 jersey, every time someone watches that flick against United, every time a kid learns how to curl the ball into the far corner, Henry's legacy lives on. If you enjoyed this story and want more legendary football tales, make sure to like this video, drop a comment about your favorite Henry moment, and subscribe to Legends of Football for more iconic journeys from the greatest players in the game. The game moves on, but legends like Henry, they never fade.